Anytime I get to talking about my home life, I always say I was a kid that was exposed to too much too soon. My earlier recollections was my dad beating the you know what out of my mom, and the police coming and pots breaking and windows smashing, and I just remember that as a child, sleeping in a bunk bed with my older brother Bill, just scared and uncertain of what all this meant. I always felt like my mom never was properly mothered. She lost her mom when she was like 8 or 9 to cancer. She had her own set of struggles growing up. I'm certain not having a mom present, and at least an emotionally, to me, an emotionally abusive dad. And she met my father, of all people. Mm-hmm. I never questioned that my parents wanted to do their best, but they were broken. Mm-hmm. I remember my mom asking me to buy drugs for her, and going to Inglewood Avenue to buy drugs and then bringing that home to your mom. You can only imagine what that does to a kid's psyche. You know, having a dad that was on drugs or selling drugs or both. Mm-hmm. You know, he had been known in the city for throwing these drug parties, and he asked me at that age to start DJing them, and I started DJing them, and I just remembered putting albums on the turntable and then walking around the house to see what these parties was about, and just going room to room, seeing one room where people were freebasing, and other room people just doing powder cocaine, and other rooms people just literally having sex, orgies, you name it. And that was my childhood. When I get with these kids, I think the most important thing that resonates with me and them, and they don't know it because they're too young to know it, is just the ability to resonate with that struggle, that pain. Being able to take that stuff and deal with it in my own life. I feel like when I work with these kids, it's healing for me. Yeah. Like I don't know what they getting in this, but I know my soul is being restored. There's so much unspoken in our relationship when I connect with these kids that they don't have to say, but it says a ton. Mm-hmm. And it's out of that makes my work that much more beautiful. Mm-hmm.